Every instrument that is in the store was a new innovation at one point in time. And every instrument that was in the store was not accepted by the establishment of the day. They didn't know what to do with it because there was no music written on them. When the Les Paul was released, it was released for jazz musicians. And so it took some young kids at the time playing music that we didn't yet have because the new instrument didn't do what the old ones did. And so it inspired them in new ways. What does this inspire me to do? The new instrument equals new techniques, equals new inspiration, equals new music. And when that new music hits a critical mass, then we have a movement.
Hey everybody, Maarten here of the Fellowship of Acoustics. And as you can see, we're here at the Boutique Guitar Showcase. A unique event that's once a year, and we're usually the stop in the Netherlands. At least I hope we can keep it that way. Now, before the real event starts, Jamie Gale will be taking us through all the unique instruments here and telling us a little bit about what makes them so special and how they were built and by whom they were built. Let's not wait any longer and dive in.
We have Bakshi instruments out of Tuscany. Bruno Bakshi made this dual output baritone and took it to a studio in Minneapolis where he was producing a blues album for someone else. And they called in a session player who's now a famous player by the name of Corey Wong. And Corey came into the studio and asked if he could try Bruno's guitar. He did. He said, man, I have a great idea with this baritone. I'd like to make a band with big, medium, and small guitars. And he did. It's called the Fearless Flyers. And it was all inspired by this guitar. Here we have Dingwall guitars, which the Dingwall it's the 30th anniversary of the multi-scale bass for them. And this is one of the few anniversary basses they made out of the Canadian custom shop. Meister guitars out of Singapore. This is actually a guitar maker who came out of a family of piano makers. These guitars are all made in China from Chinese people, a Chinese company. This is not a cost-effective thing. This is the guitar moving into the Orient. The idea that a guitar made in China is an inferior or cheap instrument is an old idea. Gladly put it up against any other guitar in the room. It'll be different, but it won't be inferior. We have Ava guitars from Everythink in Portugal, which is an industrial design firm. This is an all carbon fiber guitar. They orient the carbon fiber in different directions to achieve the resonant response that they're looking for. Fascinating guitar. One of the things that you love when you see new materials like this is you can see things like neck joints that are not big, bulky wooden neck joints because the material allows you to get to a much smaller movement here. And so, there's form follows function we talked about, but there's also form follows production is another design principle. And a lot of the joints that we had that we got used to are just simply production joints. We didn't know how to make it a different way, or the material couldn't sustain that tension, at a smaller mass, all of these things. And so that is the first double cutaway guitar they've done, actually. So this is a form follows function instrument. And the process you take with this form follows function is to determine what something must do. No more, no less. And the form will reveal itself. But what is the body doing for the guitar besides making it look a particular way? They can be wood, they can be metal, they can be hollow, they can be solid, they can be all sorts of different shapes, all sorts of different woods. So what's really the function of the wood? Well, the function of the wood is to determine the tone or the color of the sound. It's not really a technical term, but I think we all understand what I'm saying when I say the tone of the guitar. And we can choose to have a guitar that's got a mahogany body or an alder body or a rosewood body, and we know it's going to make a difference in the sound, right? And that we actually choose to have guitars in different body woods. because we prefer one sound over the other for particular moments, right? So if being able to change that body wood is beneficial, that we choose to do so, any guitar that you can't change the tone wood on inhibits the function of the tone wood. So now we have to figure out how to change the body of the guitar. So with the Teufel Birdfish, we drive the string energy down into these two aluminum bars, the bird and the fish, and we're going to then drive the string energy through these two wooden bars. So it comes with a set of maple bars and a set of alder bars. And with 2 screws, you can remove half the body mass and put on the other wood, and you've changed half of the wood. Another 2 screws, you've changed all of the wood at that point in time. And so you can go from a maple body to an alder body functionally with this guitar in about 60 seconds.
Okay guys, as you can see, cleaning up the last things at the Boutique Guitar Showcase over here, and I hope for everyone at least that was here, you had a good time. We even bought a couple of really cool things, which we'll be posting online in a couple of weeks when they get back from the tour, and keep your eyes peeled for that. Until next year, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.